What's up? We're gonna do my first math video in a while, alright? This is original versus scale shapes. So, original and scale shapes, it sounds a little bit confusing, right? Original, what does original and scale have to do? So, it actually has quite a bit to do with stuff. So, let me get something like this. So, alright. Now, let's take a look at this. Alright, this is a very nice example. You ever heard of a blueprint? This is, let's say it's a blueprint, right? It has like rows and rows of like squares and stuff, and it's entirely blue or maybe some different color. So, usually, that's what we use to make an example of original shapes and scales. Now, let's say that you want to build a house, for example. You need to map it out. You need to know how much you got to build, right? Like you gotta check how much land they have, and you gotta build a house that's suitable for that type of land. Let's say you have a flat land, and you have about 50 to 100 meters of square land. All right. So the house, let's see. Let's just draw a basic house, and I'm not wasting my time trying to keep the house for you guys. Large roof. A air vent right beside a storage room, of course. It's a basic house. I'm not taking time to do that. So obviously let's measure it. So the measurements, in the shape, well obviously it's a much smaller, alright? So basically it's like for every inch, let's say, in this painting, it equals to a feet. So if you calculate the area of the house in the blueprint, well, you'd have to do that, and you get the same answer but larger. All right. So this is how it works. You have to take the original and divide it by the scale, which will give you, obviously, your answer. And well, this is another example, just you get to figure it. Alright, so this is a rectangle. This side is 47. This side also 47. This side also 47. We'll just round it up to 49 for this one. Alright, so all these are 49. Now here we have a smaller triangle. This one instead is 777. Now, this is scale, this is original. Now, what's the difference? Well, obviously, as you can tell, the original shape is, well, much smaller. It's actually 7 times smaller. And you can say is the scale is 7 times larger than, the original is 7 times larger than the scale, or you could say that the scale is 7 times smaller than the original, or you could say that, it's 1/7 of the original. So, yeah. That's basically what original and scale shapes are. It's like comparing what they look like inside of a book or some sort of picture, and then actually meeting someone in real life. Obviously, they're gonna be much bigger than you think. So, yeah. Thank you for listening to my math video, and yeah, goodbye. See you next video.